Pages is a great app to make learning accessible. It allows students to become more independent and show their learning in a variety of ways. So let's take a look. The iWork suite of apps, Pages, Keynote and Numbers have some great uses with the accessibility features, and this just allows the students to become a little bit more independent and also to get a little bit more support when they need it. So we're going to have a look at 4 of the things that I find really useful in the classroom. So well, first off, we will start by looking at dictation. Now, to enable dictation, what we need to do is we need to go into settings, we need to go to general, we need to go to keyboard, and we need to scroll down to enable dictation. Make sure you enable it, and then when you go back into Pages, for example, I'm just going to click here, and what you'll notice is that on the keyboard, just at the bottom, you've got a microphone. So what you can see is if I hit that microphone, it's just literally going to record exactly what I'm saying. It's not just good for those who need a bit of extra support, but it's a really good way to teach the importance of punctuation, because it won't put punctuation in unless you say full stop, comma, question mark, etc. So it's a really good way to teach punctuation, make sure that they can see it written down. But this feature is fantastic for those who are not the most confident, who struggle, maybe English as an additional language, or just for reinforcing things like punctuation. The second feature that is really useful is speak selection. This again you need to go into settings, and you need to go to accessibility and spoken content, and there are 2 things to turn on: speak selection here, and also speak screen. Speak screen allows anything on the screen to be read. So if you're on a website and you want everything to be read, you quite simply take 2 fingers and swipe down from the top, and speak selection allows you to highlight some text and have that read. What's worth noting is the speaking rate here, and if you go to speech controller, you can turn this on, and what you notice over here on the side is that I have this little controller now where I can open it up, and I can choose the speed and what I want to read, and I can literally customize that. I don't have that on all the time because it's on my screen all the time. And something else which is incredibly useful for supporting reading, especially EEL and those who maybe aren't the most confident or struggling, is to highlight the content. Choose highlight content, and I choose words and sentences, and I like the background color to come on, and you'll see that in a moment. So I'm just going to go back into Pages now. I'm going to tap into here, and I'm going to highlight this text here that I would like to be read. And then you'll notice on the bar here, we've got speak.
This allows users to highlight text and have it read to them if turned on in settings.
And as simple as that, you could hand out some text, and rather than have the student rely on support, it could be read to them. And also it can highlight the words and the sentences that are being spoken. Great feature. One other great feature that I like to use Pages for is you can drop in audio recordings. So your pupils can show their learning just by using their voice and recording audio. So what I like to do is I like to make a template of a book, say for example for Swift Playgrounds, and I might ask them to explain their thinking of what they have gone through in Swift Playground. So it might be a reflection, and it's just easier because it flows a bit better than having it written down, and it speeds the process up. So all you need to do here is you need to go to the top, to the plus, you need to go to the media button, and you need to go to record audio. Quite simply, you get this bar on the bottom, you tap on it. This allows me to record my voice and my thoughts, and when I'm done I can just hit stop. And what you can do is you can preview it, you can play it. This allows me to record my, or you can go to edit it, you can trim down the parts that you don't want, or you can delete it, re-record it, trim it, and then as soon as you go to insert, it just drops it in onto the screen, and you just drag it to the place where you would like it to go. Really simple, really effective. This last feature is particularly helpful with students who maybe don't have the best vocabulary or aren't confident, or their native language is a different language. It's built into all the iWorks apps, and it is the define feature. So I've just written a sentence here, and if I've got some people in my class, they might not understand this, and they can access this on websites and places. So I'm just going to say we don't understand what vocabulary is. We can highlight vocabulary there, and if you go to define, it will give you the meaning inside of the app, so you don't have to leave it. Now, you can search the web, so if you want to look for extra explanations or maybe some other types of words, you can do that there. And if you go to manage here, these all show up because these are the ones that I have put in. So you can download many different dictionaries here. So you'll notice that I've got the Apple Dictionary, which is already on. I've got the British English, the Oxford Thesaurus and the Oxford Dictionary in there. But say I had a student who's come from China, they could have Chinese on. So if they look up a word, they don't know what it means, they can check it in Chinese, and there's a range of other things in there. Again, really, really useful. Just a big time saver, as you don't have to come out into another app or go into Safari and search on the web. You can just do it all within here, and it really helps to support that independent learning.